The Fury of Firestorm, The Nuclear Men, number 6, written by Ethan Van Sciver and Gail Simone, art by Yildiray Sinar. We left off last issue with a terrorist event at a music festival, something where a foreign firestorm exploded and just killed everybody. And now we're dealing with that. And we see Ronnie and Jason, they're standing in the crater that was the stadium. Ronnie is clearly freaking out, like a lot, whereas Jason's just kind of trying to process it and deal with what happened. And as Ronnie's standing there, he's like, "Oh my God, we're coated in dust. This dust was people. I'm breathing it in." And as he freaks out over that, as Jason's trying to calm him down, Ronnie just flies off immediately into a lake just to try to scrub himself clean. And the heat of him being Firestorm just literally burns through the lake. It just incinerates it, turns it to steam. Jason arrives and he's like, "Hey, look, it's fine. We can make more water. Like, that's easy." He's like, "What are we supposed to do? Like, what we couldn't even stop the guy who did this. What in the hell are we supposed to do right now?" And Jason's like, I don't know. Straight, like, I have no clue what to do here. Maybe we just, I don't know, man, let's just sit here and pray. I don't even know if I know how to do that anymore, but let's give it a shot. So they sit down for just a moment. And, of course, standing over on the cliffside is Pozar, and he's like, well, this should be easy huntings, considering these guys just blew up a stadium. So he flies in, readies a punch, and just starts firing at them. And as they get ready to fight, they prepare a little... He explains who he is. He's like, "Hello, my name is Mikhail. You can call me Pozar. I hunt firestorms, and I'm here to kill you." So Ronnie immediately jumps in, starts throwing punches, because he thinks that this guy is associated with the dude who just self-destructed at the stadium. But immediately Pozar just shows how hopelessly outclassed they are. He's just easily taking pot shots and just talking down to them the whole way through. And as Jason tries to intervene, Pozar causes vines to come up underneath the ground and wrap around Jason, taking him out for a little bit as he continues to attack Ronnie. And he asks Ronnie, like, "Hey, who made you?" And Ronnie's like, "I don't know, God." And he's like, "Oh, okay, funny. You're a funny guy, huh? Let's see how you deal without this, though." And he just thinks it. He just, without any sort of effort, just thinks it, and he turns off Ronnie's Firestorm powers, just turns him back into a normal guy. And as he steps up to Ronnie, he's like, "Okay, hold on, this was too easy. I don't think you guys are capable of causing that terrorist act." And Jason's like, "Yeah, no, we were there to try to stop it." And he's like, "Oh, all right. Well, I'll be leaving now." And Pozar just flies off, and we get his self-narration that these guys probably know Professor Stein, so they're worth keeping alive. And, they weren't responsible for the thing, so may as well just keep them around for now, just see what they do. And he just flies off, and Jason also turns back into his human form. And Ronnie's like, "All right, let's go take out that guy. Let's go follow him." And Jason's like, Are you stupid? He just turned off your powers, man. We cannot deal with that." And Ronnie just gets angrier and angrier, saying, like, Are you serious? We're just supposed to sit here and do nothing?" And he's like, "Dude, we're the ones who are in trouble here. Like, we just witnessed a mass killing. Did you forget about that?" And Ronnie does not take that well. Throws a punch to Jason and lays down the ultimatum of, like, "We're following them. End of discussion." And he's like, "Oh, end of discussion. All right." So they both transform back into Firestorm and start fighting. And it's not just, your average tiff that they were having. Like, apparently they were saying very hurtful things, very deep cuts to each other, and they are throwing real punches. And as they're fighting, they transform into Fury again, but immediately separate back out because they're like, "No, we got to deal with this. Like, we're not joining together. We're fighting this out." And as they continue to fight, they keep on merging a little bit each time, and Jason's able to see into Ronnie's mind and realize it's not going to work. There's no way that he's ever going to change Ronnie's mind. So there's no way they can continue on. So they land, and Jason's like, "All right, we're done. You do whatever you want to do, but we're no longer a team." And Ronnie flies off saying, fine by me. Good luck forgetting what happened at the stadium. So as Jason's standing there, he gets a call from Zither, and she's like, yeah, hey, sorry for what you experienced, but we've got a bigger issue because the terrorist attack was shown on TV. Like, people saw that, and now everyone knows about you and the Firestorm, so I need you to listen very carefully. I need you to run, because we see, as Jason's just standing there, he's surrounded not only by reporters, but also the military and police as well. So, leave off on that. I like this issue in so much as the first, like, 2/3 of it. I really like the fact of just Ronnie and Jason having no idea how to deal with this. Just being like, oh, we went in for a quick little superhero job, and now we've just, like, we were ground zero for this horrible, horrific effect. Like, I really like how they did that. The way Ronnie just straight up broke down. Very well done. The second part with Posar showing up, I didn't like as much, but it still felt like a good next part where he was like, because we knew that he was hunting down these firestorms. It's been established over the past issue or two. So the fact that it got to this point and he just showed up and he's like, okay, but I have a reason to keep you around. You weren't immediately responsible for this. You were trying to help. Like, it shows some grayish morality to Posar, whereas everyone we've encountered so far, I feel like has been a pretty obvious just villain, including Zither, which I'm still convinced is a thing. This one is the first time where it feels like Posar could be the... I still think he's going to turn out to be a villain, but I think that he's going to be more morally complex than what we've been already seeing. The third part, I don't know. I like the end result of them coming to the conclusion of them not being together anymore, and I guess we had to have a fight to get there, but it just felt like they've been fighting for the past, like, 6 issues. The only time they weren't fighting was just this last one, issue 5, and that still felt like it came out of nowhere. So it didn't feel earned to me that this fight was the one that, like, was the real one, but I agree that at the end of the issue they had to be at the point of, no, we're not going to be able to see eye to eye on this, because it's just a traumatic event. That's all it is. You can't really deal with that the same way you deal with other stuff. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and this one a 7. I do enjoy it in the general terms, and the art is pretty fantastic throughout. Again, especially on, like, the first, like, 3 pages, you get a good 9-panel grid of just the grief hitting Ronnie and the double-page spread of him freaking out. Both very good. So 7 for this issue. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the next trade.